In this video, I'm going to reveal top 5 mistakes students make on the CSWA exam. So if you are preparing for a CSWA exam, you want to avoid these 5 mistakes. And mistake number 1 is not preparing with real exam style questions, right? So the problem is that students watch tutorials on YouTube or learn theory, but they don't practice under exam conditions, right? So why is this important? Because the CSWA is time limited, 3 hours, and requires applying knowledge fast, right? So it's not enough just to know tools and techniques and to know how to solve this problem. You have to know how to solve it in the specific time frame. So that means you have to practice under these conditions to get familiar with these conditions. So the solution, how to avoid this mistake, practice with mock exams, tests, and time exercises that mimic the exam environment, right? So this is how you're going to avoid mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, weak sketching fundamentals. And this is what I see very, very, very often. Problem is that people rely too much on dimensions, right? They skip relations between sketch entities. And why is this important? Because one broken sketch can throw off the entire part, right? So for example, what's going to happen on the test is you're going to have to create a first sketch, build a model from the sketch, and then later they're going to say change something in the sketch. And if your relations between sketch entities are not defined correctly, that's going to mess up the entire model. And then you're going to have to go there and fix it and lose time on fixing this. What is the solution? Learn to fully define sketches using relations, right? Whether that's horizontal relation, vertical, symmetry, equal, and so on. So get good at building sketches correctly. So this is mistake number 2, and this is how you can avoid it. Mistake number 3 is related to the mistake number 2, which is ignoring design intent, right? The problem is that students build models, how it comes to them, instead of designing with intent, keeping in mind that later they're going to have to change certain dimensions. Now, why is this important? Because CSWA, as I said, asks you to modify parts later. And if you have a poor design intent, you're going to have to rebuild a lot of things. So the solution for that is always think ahead. What dimensions, what sketch entities are the main one? This is like when you build a house. You have specific walls that are the main one that carry on the most of the house, right? And this is what you have here, like what are the main sketch entities? So think ahead, if I change this size, will the part update correctly, right? So always think that when you're building your first sketches, your first part. This is not only related to sketches, it's also related to the features that you're going to use, how you're going to use them, and in which order you're going to use them. So this is mistake number 3, and this is how you can avoid it. Mistake number 4, not understanding assemblies properly. The problem is that mostly students practice part modeling and they don't put a lot of attention on the assemblies. Why is this important? Because the exam has the entire section of assemblies. So not only that you have to understand mates, how to define relations between specific elements, specific parts, it's very important that you know how to insert assemblies to your file, because you're going to have to calculate center of the mass, right? And if you don't insert on the right way relative to coordinate system, the center of mass will be incorrect. Practice more assemblies, not only mates, but also how to insert correctly parts into assembly. So this is mistake number 4, and this is how you avoid it. And mistake number 5, not managing time. The problem is the majority of the students spend too much time on a single problem. And even skilled students fail because they leave questions unanswered. The solution for this is learn how to pace yourself. If stuck, move on and come back later. This is what I've done with my CSWP exam. When I couldn't solve a specific problem, I would just move on, come back later. And also, this is what I've done with all of my exams at university. When I couldn't solve a specific problem, I'd always go to the next one, come back later, right? You don't want to waste your time on the one problem. And look, this CSWA is not difficult, right? It's not like you need some high skill, but you need to practice under real conditions. And that's why it's important that you practice on the mock exams. You can watch in YouTube videos. I also have like some questions from the CSWA, CSWP on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. But what I do have, I have the full course that's going to prepare you for a CSWA exam. That's going to teach you tools, that's going to teach you techniques that you need to know, part design, assembly design, and drawing documentation, but also have a mock exams there where you can time yourself and practice on the real conditions. Now, you don't have to take my course, but it can help you, right? It's totally up to you. Through this course went over 3,600 students on the Udemy and became the bestseller. And on the Udemy, you can get it for $55, but on my website, you can get it for $49. And plus, you're going to get my personal support as a bonus. Now, as you can see, for example, Matt Julie, I have a bunch of testimonials, help hundreds of people pass CSWA. Matt Julie said, I started as a complete beginner, 9 days later, I passed CSWA. Eric, 240 out of 240 in 125 minutes out of 180. And if you want to take this course, link is below. You don't have to take it. You can also check out my YouTube videos, but it can help you a lot. But pay attention to these 5 mistakes that I mentioned in this video, and you're going to be good to go. See you in another video.